Have you felt an insatiable hunger for more possessions, more status, more control? It whispers promises of security, comfort, even freedom. But what if this isn't just a natural human drive? What if it's the carefully woven spell of an insidious force, a prince of hell, ruling from within your very desires? For millennia, humanity has grappled with the intoxicating allure of earthly riches, from the earliest parables to the darkest occult grimoires. A shadow entity has emerged from this obsession, an entity so powerful, so pervasive, that it has shaped empires and shattered souls. We call him Mammon, not merely a symbolic name, but a terrifying demon, a true prince of hell. He offers endless wealth, but the price of his deal is your very essence. Tonight we peel back the layers. We will confront the hidden truth of Mammon. We will see how this unseen master influences your every waking moment, and we will expose the true cost of his terrifying bargain. Prepare to challenge everything you thought you knew about wealth, desire, and the dark forces that subtly orchestrate our world. The whispers of gold. The story of Mammon isn't a simple fable. It's a journey through linguistic evolution. It's a testament to humanity's enduring struggle, and it reveals how a word can gain an almost conscious power. This journey begins not in some demon-haunted abyss. It starts in the everyday language of ancient people. In Aramaic, the term Mammona was utterly practical. It simply meant wealth or material possessions, nothing more. No sinister undertones, no hint of a demonic entity. It was neutral. It was a descriptor. But even then, the seed was planted. The very idea of accumulating things carried a weight. It carried a potential, a power that could be wielded, or perhaps a power that could wield you. When the New Testament was first penned, it was primarily in Koine Greek. This common dialect bridged cultures. It spread ideas across the ancient Mediterranean world. In these Greek texts, Mammonas carried the same meaning: material wealth, earthly riches. Yet, the context was strikingly different. It was now a subject of profound warning, a spiritual danger. It was no longer neutral. It was a choice, a profound, inescapable choice. The concept then transitioned into Latin. The Latin Vulgate Bible, crafted by Saint Jerome, solidified Mammona in Western thought. Latin was the language of scholarship. It was the language of the Church. This translation lent immense authority to the term. It etched the concept into the collective consciousness. Through the Middle Ages, Mammon found its way into Middle English. It still referred to wealth. It still meant greed. But something began to shift. Something dark began to coalesce around the word. A form began to emerge from the abstract. The idea was taking on a life of its own. It was becoming personified, a demonic entity, a prince of hell. This wasn't merely a literary flourish. It reflected a deep, growing unease, an unspoken understanding of the true nature of avarice. The word, once innocuous, was now loaded. It was charged with spiritual dread. Consider this transformation. A simple word for money or riches. It gradually absorbed human anxieties. It soaked up our obsessions, our fears, our darkest desires, until it gained enough spiritual mass, enough psychological weight to manifest, to become a name, a presence. Mammon didn't just become a demon. He emerged from our collective attachment, from our worship of the material. He is a reflection, a terrifying mirror, held up to humanity's soul. If you find yourself drawn to these deeper truths, to the hidden currents beneath reality's surface, then you understand the need to look beyond the obvious. This journey into esoteric knowledge, into ancient wisdom, is not for the faint of heart. It requires a willingness to challenge, to question. If you're ready to see more of what lies beneath, consider joining this ongoing exploration. A simple touch of that subscribe button, it ensures you won't miss another revelation, another unsettling truth, another opportunity to sharpen your spiritual sight. The divided heart's allegiance. The New Testament makes a powerful, unambiguous declaration, a warning that echoes through the ages. It speaks of an ultimate choice, one that many ignore or misunderstand entirely. In Matthew 6:24, Jesus states it plainly, uncompromisingly, no one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and Mammon. Luke 16:13 reiterates this truth. It's not a suggestion, it's a spiritual law. This isn't just about religious piety. It penetrates to the very core of your being. What does it truly mean to serve Mammon? It's far more insidious than simply owning wealth. It means being owned by it. Your thoughts revolve around acquisition. Your peace is tied to your bank account. Your worth is measured by your possessions. Your time, your energy, your very life force. It all flows into the pursuit of more. This is servitude. This is allegiance. Think about your own life. Where does your heart truly reside? Is it in the fleeting security of earthly treasures, or in the enduring, unseen realities of the Spirit? The Bible doesn't condemn wealth itself. It condemns the worship of wealth. It warns against placing material gain above all else. This isn't just a moral failing. It's a spiritual misalignment, an inversion of true priorities. When Mammon becomes your master, your vision narrows, your compassion wanes, your soul begins to starve. You become blind to divine grace. You become deaf to spiritual guidance. This warning isn't archaic. It's acutely relevant today. The relentless drive of consumerism, the endless pursuit of status, the anxiety when markets falter. These are the telltale signs, the symptoms of a world serving Mammon. We are trapped in a cycle, always striving, never truly satisfied. Because the master demands constant appeasement, Mammon offers comfort. He offers power. He offers a fleeting sense of control. But he demands your devotion, your very soul. This choice is presented as a stark binary. There is no middle ground, no compromise. Your heart cannot be truly divided. One will be loved, the other despised. Which master holds your allegiance? Which one dictates your daily choices, your deepest motivations? The answer shapes your destiny. It shapes your eternal reality. The shadow takes form. For centuries, Mammon remained primarily a concept, a powerful warning, a spiritual abstraction. But humanity craves tangibility. We yearn to give form to our fears, to our vices, to our unseen enemies. It was during the Middle Ages that this need intensified. The burgeoning Christian theology sought to codify evil, to categorize sin, to personify the forces that plagued mankind. This period birthed a rich, complex demonology. It was a response to a spiritual landscape, a landscape where demons were very real. They were active, they were malevolent, and they needed names. They needed faces. This is where Mammon truly began his transformation. From a powerful concept, he solidified into a distinct entity. He became one of the princes of hell, a demon, the undisputed ruler over the deadly sin of greed. This wasn't some casual invention. It was a theological and psychological necessity. Giving greed a face made it real. It made it something concrete to fight against. Consider texts like the Lantern of Light. This 14th century treatise systematically classified demons. It linked each to a specific deadly sin. Mammon found his undeniable place. He was the demon of avarice, of insatiable desire. Later, in the 16th century, Peter Binsfeld, a German bishop and theologian, elaborated on these classifications. His system further cemented Mammon's role. Again, he presided over greed. This consistency across different classifications is telling. It shows a shared human understanding, an intuition about the nature of this particular spiritual affliction. Greed wasn't just a human flaw, it was an external influencing force, a demonic one. Perhaps no literary work captured Mammon's essence more vividly than John Milton's Paradise Lost. Published in 1667, this epic poem reimagined the biblical fall. It depicted Satan's rebellion, his banishment, and the subsequent schemes of the fallen angels. Milton portrayed Mammon as one of these rebel spirits, but he was different, uniquely fixated. Milton famously described him as the least erected spirit that fell from heaven. His gaze was perpetually downward. His thoughts were always earthbound. Even in heaven, he saw the riches of heaven's pavement, trodden gold. He admired the material. He ignored the divine. He valued the creation more than the creator. This is a profound insight. It shows that the spirit of Mammon isn't just about earthly wealth. It's about a fundamental orientation of the soul, a spiritual blindness, a preference for the physical over the spiritual, a turning away from higher realms, even in a place of divine abundance. This personification wasn't just a theological exercise. It reflected a deeper truth. Our psychological need to externalize internal struggles, to name the unnamed forces that drive us. Perhaps, too, there are older roots. Some scholars point to ancient Syrian deities associated with riches and wealth. It's possible that the concept of Mammon drew upon these ancient archetypes, infusing the biblical warning with an even more primordial power. Regardless of its precise origin, the message is clear. Mammon represents a very real, very tangible spiritual danger, a force that has been recognized and feared for millennia. The invisible hand that binds. So how does this ancient demon, this prince of hell, manifest in our modern world? He doesn't appear with horns and a pitchfork. His influence is far more subtle, far more pervasive. Mammon's throne today is built in the bustling markets, in the gleaming towers of finance, in the relentless churn of consumerism. His whispers are woven into the fabric of our desires, telling us we need more, always more. Look around you, at the endless advertisements, the constant drive for upgrades, the insatiable appetite for new experiences, new possessions. We are told that happiness lies in acquisition, that security is found in accumulation. This is Mammon's gilded cage. It appears opulent, it promises freedom, but it binds us tighter with invisible chains. We work longer hours. We sacrifice our peace. We neglect our true connections, all for the phantom promise of a better tomorrow, a tomorrow that never quite arrives. Because Mammon's hunger is infinite. His demands are endless. The deal he offers isn't a dramatic pact in a dark alley. It's far more insidious. It's a gradual exchange. Your peace of mind for financial anxiety, your precious time for material gain, your spiritual growth for endless consumption, your genuine self-worth for external validation. He preys on our fears, our insecurities. He tells us we are not enough, not until we have that new car, that bigger house, that higher status. This is the true bargain, a soul slowly, imperceptibly, bartered away. Consider the Greek god Plutus. Often associated with wealth, Plutus was seen as a dispenser of gifts, blinded by Zeus, so he'd distribute wealth without favor, a giving god. But Mammon is his antithesis. He is not a giver, he is a taker. He hoards, he incites others to hoard. In Dante's Inferno, Plutus appears as a demon guarding the fourth circle of hell, the circle of greed. Here, the line between Plutus and Mammon blurs. Both become symbols of the corrupting power of hoarding wealth, the evil of avarice. Mammon's power isn't in physical force. It's in psychological manipulation. He infiltrates your thoughts. He twists your values. He makes you believe that the fleeting is eternal, that the superficial is profound. He feeds the envy you feel when you see another's success. He stokes the fear of not having enough. He is the engine behind the relentless pursuit of growth. The growth that consumes resources, that exploits labor, that pollutes the spirit. This invisible hand doesn't just guide your investments, it steers your life. It shapes your very understanding of what it means to be successful, to be human. Understanding Mammon is only one step in recognizing the forces that shape our existence. There is a vast, unseen world at play, a realm of esoteric knowledge, of ancient entities, both benevolent and malevolent. If you're ready to explore these other hidden dimensions, to uncover more about the demons, angels, and forgotten lore that dictate our reality, then seek out the Esoteric Knowledge or Demonology playlist. The link, as always, will be waiting for you in the pinned comment below. It's a journey into the shadows, a journey to illuminate what has been concealed, reclaiming the soul's true riches. Recognizing Mammon's spell is the first step towards breaking it. His power thrives on our ignorance, on our unconscious servitude. So how do we discern his influence? The signs are often subtle. They are within us and all around us. Do you constantly compare your possessions to others? Do you feel a persistent unease, even when you have enough? Does the thought of losing your material wealth ignite genuine panic? These are the whispers of Mammon. These are the chains tightening. The path to freedom isn't about abandoning all material possessions. That's a misunderstanding. It's about liberating your soul from their grip. It's about severing the allegiance. Ancient wisdom offers profound guidance here. It speaks of detachment, not indifference, but a clear understanding of the ephemeral nature of all things earthly. True wealth, the ancients understood, lies not in accumulation. It lies in inner peace, in spiritual connection, in genuine human bonds, in wisdom, in contributing to the greater good. These are treasures that moth and rust cannot corrupt. Thieves cannot steal them. This journey demands self-inquiry, a brutal honesty with yourself. Why do you chase what you chase? What void are you trying to fill? Is it a genuine need, or is it a response to an external pressure? A craving for something Mammon promises, but can never truly deliver? The demon thrives on more, on excess, on the illusion that too much is always better. But ancient teachings consistently warn against this. They speak of balance, of moderation, of using resources wisely for the benefit of all, not just for personal aggrandizement. My intention here isn't to condemn prosperity. It's to expose the spiritual cost of avarice, to warn against the subtle enslavement. It's not about being poor. It's about not being owned. It's about understanding that true abundance springs from within, from a spirit unburdened by insatiable desire, from a heart devoted to higher ideals, not to the fleeting glitter of gold. Mammon's greatest trick is convincing you that his false promises are real necessities, that his fleeting pleasures are genuine happiness. The choice, as always, remains yours. Will you continue to serve a master who promises everything but delivers only emptiness? Or will you reclaim your sovereignty? Will you choose the path of true riches, the path illuminated by ancient scriptures, by forgotten lore, by the timeless wisdom of the soul? Mammon's influence is undeniably terrifying. He doesn't need to physically manifest to claim his dominion. His kingdom is built in your desires, in your fears, in your relentless pursuit of the material. He challenges your conventional understanding of reality. He forces you to confront the true nature of wealth and the true cost of unchecked greed. The whispers of gold promise heaven, but they often lead to a profound inner hell. The question is not if you will encounter Mammon. The question is whether you will recognize him, and whether you will choose to break free from his grasp. Reflect on this. Where in your own life do you feel Mammon's subtle pull? Share your insights, your struggles, your revelations in the comments below. Let your voice be heard.